Have you ever been in one of those team meetings? You know the ones. It feels less like you're working together and more like you're in a battle, where everyone is just defending their own idea to the death. Well, today we're diving into Habit 6, Synergize. And it's all about transforming that exact frustration into some seriously powerful creative cooperation.
So let's start with a problem I am almost certain we've all run into. We're going to call it the teamwork trap.
And here it is. This is the classic dead end. Over on one side, you've got my way. The focus is totally on my own logic, and my only job is to defend my position, no matter what. And on the other side, your way is doing the exact same thing. Notice the goal here for both sides. It's not to find the best solution, it's just to win the argument. Yeah, I'm guessing that rings a bell, right? It's that moment where everything just grinds to a halt because everyone's dug into their own trenches and nobody is willing to budge. And this kind of approach, it almost never leads to anything good. You either end up with a really weak compromise, where the idea gets so watered down that nobody's actually happy with it, or it just turns into a flat-out win-lose battle. And that creates resentment that can poison a team for a long, long time. So, how do we get out of this trap? Well, the answer is a concept that is so much more powerful than just simple teamwork. The answer is synergy. At its heart, synergy is just this, creative cooperation. But let's not just gloss over those words, creative and cooperation. It means we're not just dividing up a to-do list. We are actively creating something brand new together. And this is where the magic really happens. Synergy is what you get when a team produces results that are greater than what they could achieve alone. It's not just simple addition, we're talking about multiplication. And let's be super clear here. This isn't your average everyday teamwork we're talking about. This is something else. It's a much higher, much more intentional form of collaboration. The best way to think about it is like this. In normal teamwork, 1 + 1 might equal 2, or maybe 1.5 if it's a weak compromise. But with synergy, 1 + 1 can equal 3, or 10, or 100. You're creating a third idea, something that didn't exist before, and it's almost always better. The whole is literally greater than the sum of its parts. Okay, so how do we actually get to this incredible 1 + 1 = 3 world? Well, it definitely doesn't happen by accident. It takes a real fundamental shift in how we think. It takes a synergistic mindset. And this mindset really stands on two pillars. First up, we have to practice genuine open-mindedness. That means walking into a conversation truly believing that your idea might not be the best one. It means you're listening to understand, not just waiting for your turn to talk. And second, and this is a big one, we have to totally reframe how we see differences. We have to start seeing them as strengths, not problems. Because really, this is the absolute core of it. Those different opinions, those clashing perspectives, they're not roadblocks. They are opportunities. They're the raw ingredients for something new and amazing. The second you stop seeing a different opinion as an attack and start seeing it as a missing piece of the puzzle, everything changes. So we've got the mindset down. How do we actually put this into action? We use a super powerful tool called the third alternative. See, the whole point of a synergistic conversation isn't to pick a winner between my idea and your idea. No way. The goal is to find this third alternative, a new path, a better way that is genuinely superior to what either of us walked in with. If you think about it, both my way and your way come from a limited perspective, just our own. But the third alternative, it emerges right there in the middle. It's born from valuing those differences between the two starting points, and it creates a solution that's brand new and way better. Now, I know this can sound like a lot of work, but I promise you, when you and your team really start to live this habit, the payoff is it's absolutely huge. And the benefits are real. You can feel them right away. First, you build these incredibly strong relationships because you're not opponents anymore, you're creative partners. Second, you actually solve problems faster because you're using the whole team's brainpower, not just part of it. And finally, the results you get aren't just good enough. They are truly effective, innovative, and way beyond what you thought was possible. So, in the end, that's the journey. That's what synergy does. It takes that potential for conflict, that whole my way versus your way battle, and it transforms it into a process of true, genuine, creative cooperation. It really is a game changer for how we work together. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Think about your work, your life, right now. Where is there a disagreement or a conflict? And what would happen if instead of digging in and fighting for your way, you started to look for that third alternative that might be hiding right there, just waiting to be discovered?